Yeah, great talking to you. What a nice guy. But in the movie, you are really, really rude. I talk about Doomsday.
Yeah.
One of my favorite horror movies because it's rock and roll. I've seen it maybe about 7 times until now, and I can't wait to watch it again. So, what is your favorite memory from the shooting of Doomsday?
I think it has to be that the first night where we were in a place called Ratanga Junction, and there was about, I don't know, 70, 800, 1,000 supporting artists, and for 3 days we shot in there. And Neil said to me, just go on there, and Saul is a rock and roll star, go for it. So I was able to just let go crazy, the crowd were insane. And then doing a stage dive off into the audience and just being caught, it was fantastic. And it was one of those epic moments, you know, it's a huge set, everybody's there, there's kind of 3 or 4 cameras going off, and it was just, it was a wonderful experience. And obviously working with Neil, as always, it's always great fun, lots of fun.
For me, it's one of the best horror action movies, but I can't understand why it didn't work out so well. Do you have any idea why it didn't hit the audience?
Yeah, I think originally, I think what happened was after Dog Soldiers and the success of that and The Descent, I think the American producers thought, right, we're onto something here. But I thought it was just a little bit too far advanced for them. And also there was a lot of, you know, kind of homage to all the movies that we love in there. But I think for the Americans at that point, it was slightly left field for them. I don't think they understood what Neil was doing. Whereas now it seems to have come back even more so. I mean, it's bizarre. Since the last Mad Max, people have started watching Doomsday again. So it's fantastic. And I think it'll be a movie that for hardcore kind of martial fans, they'll always come back to Doomsday, I hope, you know. I loved it. I thought Saul was great fun.
And in my opinion, it's better than Mad Max.
Good, good. I agree with you. I agree.
Yeah, I love this kind of behind-the-scenes stories. Maybe you have some things that we don't see on screen. Maybe some weird thing happens behind the cameras, some stunt mistakes. Or anything else.
There was one actually with the Bentley when they're in the chase sequence and it goes out of the tunnel. We were all waiting for that to happen, and the car actually went off a cliff. And the 4 stunt people went plummeting down about 100 foot, and luckily, because the car landed on a kind of clay bedding, they all survived, but they were severely kind of shocked. And but yeah, we thought we'd lost all of them. We thought the whole thing had gone. So that was quite a shock for everybody. But it was wonderful, and the stunt team in that movie were incredible. The South African stunt team, absolutely brilliant, amazing people. Really amazing.
And maybe some funny memories during the shooting? Do you have one?
Well, there's one with, you know, Leanne Liebenberg. So obviously when I'm doing my scenes with her, with the scene where we kiss, I said to Neil, you know, how many times we're going to do it? And he said, well, how many times do you want to do it? And I said, well, you know, just make it look good. So he helped me to do a few retakes of that. So I got a little bit more kissing of my wonderful lady than I probably should have, but it was great fun, and I was very happy, very pleased. It's great.
Great. Do you have maybe some other memories from your other films? Maybe some nice stories to tell?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the good ones from The Descent was the fact that Neil hid us from all of the cast. So the very first time that I pop up behind the girls and they all scream, that is the very first time they saw me. So they had no idea I was going to be there at that point. And so what you get is a real reaction to the beast, which was great. So he kept us from kind of hidden for weeks on end. Nobody could see what we looked like. And then just at that moment where I pop up in the camera, that was the very first time the girls saw me. So it was great. And I think that's a good way of making it real, making it special. Yeah.
Cool. And great stories, by the way. Any other memory?
Apart from being covered in KY jelly, and it was freezing cold, and I was butt naked. You know, I mean, there's the whole Descent was one of those films where it was just crazy again, running around all the time on all fours, trying to play this creature and getting soaking wet, freezing cold, everything shaved. And they used to cover it with a pair of tights and glue it together. So you'd find yourself sitting, relaxing, off set, and then when you try to get up, you realise that you glued yourself to your leg. So that was quite painful. That happened a few times, yeah. So there's lots of things like that, but it was just it's always great fun on a set with Neil. He's a wonderful director to work with, and the cast and crew every time are just brilliant. Especially Paul Hyatt, who did all of the prosthetics and the makeup, and he's now directing movies. Amazing man. But I think that's the good thing with the Marshall project. You're always treated as a kind of family, you know. It's a lot of fun on set. Everybody's just having a good time.
Okay, my last question: do you have new projects coming in?
Yes.
Something you're still allowed to talk about?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've just we've just had Mara released, which is myself and Olga Korolenko and Javier Botet. So that's all about sleep demons and sleep paralysis. So that's open now in the UK and the US, and should be out on DVD and VOD in January. With Signature Entertainment, and also Final Score, in which I play alongside Pierce Brosnan, Ray Stevenson, Dave Bautista, and I'm just about to go and do a new movie with Neil Marshall, which we can't say what the title is, but it's sure to be a good one. Yes,
it will be a good one.
It will be a very good one. Yeah, so that starts shooting in January.
Great. Thank you so much. Very nice talking to you, and
you.
Seeing you very soon again.
Absolutely.